351. Can you hear me all right? Lex, look, lady. How's it going? I figured I would try to work my fractured T1 vertebrae out a little bit by tying some jigs. I did some yesterday, but I'm telling you, this is just, I hate fracture pain. Can barely move my neck. Good thing it's low enough. It's like down here, but in the back. So I can kind of do about that, but I only turn about like that. Maybe about like that way. But I fell out of my wheelchair Saturday. That's what happened, and I hurt my neck. Well, T1. It's an osteofracture, so there's nothing they can do about it. I mean, they could go give me a cadaver bone, but I ain't doing all that. It's not worth it. It'll heal. But I haven't been on for a while, and I figured I better get on here. Today, we're just going to see what's going on. I guess I could put a link up there. Anybody else wanted to jump in? We'll get it. See if we get some more people in here real quick. And what I got going on today is I got a bunch of feathers just laying here, and I got some jig orders that I need to do, but today I'm just playing around for myself and tie up some small stuff. So what's everybody got going on for the weekend? Anything? Naomi, can you turn that down just another notch? My wife's watching TV. Hopefully y'all can't hear it. What are you doing, Rosie? Y'all want to here? Looky here. Come here. Come on. Come on. Look how big this thing got. She got huge. Here, you want your rope? Want your rope? Want your rope? Yeah, she weighs like 42 pounds now. Oh, that hurt my neck. Every once in a while, you get that tinge, and it just, man. I hate not being it. There must be some chat I'm not seeing or something. I need to start doing this to where I set up my do it on my laptop, and then come back and watch the chat on my phone. Oh, I might groan a little bit. I'm sorry, guys. It's just my neck's killing me. And then I got my bag of scraps. Like I said today, I'm just tying some stuff up for myself. Now this was black marabou, and the black chenille with some red and blue sparkle in it, and a hot pink head. But got a new rod and reel set up. What does that say? The Okuma?
No. No.
I'm gonna see if I can do this here, guys. Give me a second. Okay, I'll put a link if anybody wants to just come up and BS with us today. Morning, Chris. Yeah, I just don't think I'm seeing all the chat stuff. So I need to, well, I look like I'm leaning. Am I leaning? I hate when the camera angle looks funny. All right, well, y'all can just look at it downhill. I need to finish this. Man, that thread, when it gets to the end of that spool, has gotten a little thin because I just popped that. Well, we're glad you're here, Chris. We're glad all of you are here. We got 5 people watching today. Thanks. Just, I'm trying to get this neck worked out. I'm trying to bend as much as I possibly can, but I'm glad it's down low because, boy, if it was any higher, it'd really be bad. Hard to hold here's what's funny is I hold a coffee cup here, but if I get out there like that, I can't do it. And that's what makes me think, going fishing might not be such a good idea if I got something big and heavy. Trying to keep my coffee away from the Rosie jumping up on it. But like I said, today I'm just making a hodgepodge. I'm just, if it's laying here in front of me, I'm trying to use it up. So we got a little disco green head here. See if y'all can see that. Maybe not too well, but the glittery limey green sour trucy color. I think Rosie found a bottle. Hey, you, what are you doing in there? I think a ball rolled underneath the desk. She's a crackpot. Yeah, remember, guys, hit that thumbs up. I'm getting pretty close to actually, and if you're not subscribed, go ahead and do that too if you don't mind. I'd appreciate it. Hey, you okay? Huh?
There's nothing under here.
All right. Naomi's looking underneath the desk to see if the ball's underneath there, and Rosie jumped on her back or stood on her back. But she's after something under there, dear. Get her distracted on something else. Yeah, and this is a 30-second on a size 10 hook or 8 hook. I think that's a 10. No, that's an 8. Like I said, here, I see, here's a 10. I know that's a 10. Oh, maybe it is a 10. Early in the morning, it's just hard to see these sometimes. Got 7 people watching. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Then we're going to take some of this stuff and we're going to grab 3 or 4 little pieces. That way you get a couple of the different colors because this has different colors in it. I'm just going to cut off like 2 inches because this little bug is only, or this jig is only 1 inch long. I'm going to wrap that up to one side and then I'm going to pinch them and put them on the other side. That way you got equal coverage. And then we can pick a chenille for that. So we go back with the limey green and make it all lime green. Diana, how you doing? Saying hi to everybody. Or should we go, ooh, I think we do this one or this one. Which one should we do? Should we do the green or should we do the atomic chicken, or is that that's atomic chicken because that's pink? There was a water bottle under there. That's what she was after. And then we went and got the broom so she could get to that water bottle. But which one, guys? Anybody want to pick a color? Yeah, I think my solution to not going and catching big fish is just tying up a bunch of these small jigs and going after small fishes. I'm going to use the sour trees. Nobody's answering. Or at least I can't see anybody answering. Because the only people I see on chat right now is 351, Diana, and Look Lady and Chris. Whoops, about knocked y'all over. Green, all right, that'll work. Good thing, because I was tied. I got it locked on there anyways. I could have untied it, no big deal. Oh, hey, looky what my wife did. She brought me the chat, so now I can see. Now I can watch chat too.
Trash.
Ouch. Too quick a movement, Dave. Oh, let's see if I can pick that up now. Well, I got a piece of chenille. All right. All right.
We're going to lose it, Rosie.
Boy, she being ornery. Naomi's trying to sweep. So she's going to be right there in the picture for a little bit, just a second.
Because the dog.
Oh, hey, looky. What? I didn't realize I had them in there. I get them out with my back. You know, ever since I hurt my neck, what's funny is my fingers on my right hand are not working properly.
Get on your way.
You're not in my way, dear. Rosie is being a pain. She was trying to eat the broom as Naomi's sweeping. I love that. It's funny. Okay, this is a 1/100th, I think, or 1/24th or something like that. It's a little trout magnet head that has got a black oxidized, and that's just too much on my neck to hold that fly vise up. I wonder if I loosen this to pick that up. Okay, but these little dudes, I'll show you. These little dudes are tiny. I'm gonna tie me 2 of these, but these are trout magnet heads. I didn't pour these. I think I'm just going to do a little flashy out the back of that same color that we just used. Now, hopefully y'all can't hear that stupid TV. If you can, say something. I'll go turn it down. It is in the other room, so. And I know it's hard for you guys to see these little jigs, but I will show you in a second. Let's get put a little silver. Do a little purple. A little bit of lavendery purple. Robin C, how you doing? Yeah, this morning I'm trying to get my neck worked out and get to, I figured the best, when you go to therapy, here's my idea. You go to therapy, what do? They have you bend all kinds of ways that hurt. So why not at least be productive about it? And I'll tie some jigs and I'll say that I did something. Okay, this one's small enough. I'm not going to use my fingers to whip it. I'm going to use a whipper. Whip it good. Okay. Guess that'll show up. I don't know. There it goes. That tiny enough? Now I catch some bluegill. That was gonna go in my box. Yeah, this time of year, I pretty much go to these little. This is a size 4 hook, and but it's a J, and it's a single or double length. I can't remember. I got a bunch of hooks that I bought years ago that I just found recently. So I got like 500 of these, and I was tying them off and pouring some just to get rid of them. But they're actually really good. They're a little long and a little bit big for bluegill, because on bluegill, I mean, 1/32 is probably as big as I go for bluegill. and I really like 1/64th or even the 1/100th or smaller heads. But the kind of the thinking of it is when the fish goes up, okay, if it's a small bluegill, it's got a small mouth and small area in its mouth. So when it goes to flare its gill to suck in that water and to suck in that little bug or whatever, it has to be able to suck that thing in. And they don't come up on it. They get to it and then they suck and have the thing, whatever they're eating come back in their face. And sometimes if you twitch it just a little, it gets them to where you get a reaction bite. So, but the bluegill that I'm hoping to catch are, that 5 to 8 inch, 9 inch. So this is what I'm going to use for these, and I got a few, but yeah, I got a bunch that I got some size 10 hooks on. I have probably 200 poured in the garage of the 1/64th, but those 1/64ths, look, lady, you can't hear it. Wow. But the my favorite is 1/64th. That's why I went and bought that production mold, the 1/64th, and it I like size 10 and 12 hooks on there. The thing is I can't find no 12 circles. I mean circles, sickle hooks. I can't find any 12 sickle hooks. So the 12 J's is what I had to go with. What are you doing, girl? Come here. Come here. For the ones that didn't get to see you, this is my Rosie. She got big. She is I think she's like 18 weeks old now. I'm not for sure. She was born on Mother's Day, so we'll kind of figure back how far that was. I'm not for sure. Time has no bearing on me.
Look how big Mama is.
But her mother is Rosie's mother is like 73 pounds or something. And so I'm assuming she'll get that big, which is fine. She's a European Doberman, so and we left her with the floppy ears and the long tail because her tail is like this long. Hey, get your nose back. Daddy's got jigs up here. What are you doing? What are you doing? You gonna come and lick me? Huh? Oh, go lick me. Oh, Daddy love you too.
Rosie.
Daddy love you too. Go with Mom. She had to get some doggy love.
Rosie.
J-Dog! How you doing, bud? Mace's probably at school, but say hi to him too. I was trying to get my neck. I fractured my T1 vertebrae last Saturday, an osteofracture. So I'm trying to get this thing, worked out. It hurts. Tell you right now, if you've ever had a broken bone, I don't know if any of y'all have, but if y'all have had a broken bone, that's what it feels like, literally. But my threshold to pain is kind of high since I'm all jacked up that degenerative bone junk, whatever they want to call it. But today I'm just tying up some jigs. Like I said, you go to physical therapy, what do they tell you? Tell you do as much as you can, but be careful. So instead of going fishing and catching something that probably hurt my back, I'll sit here and tie a bunch of jigs that I needed to tie anyways. Bullock, what's going on? Yeah, we're just tying up some big bluegill jigs or some small crappie jigs. And I got a bunch of feathers and stuff just laying here that I'm trying to work up here. So, like all my little scraps, just trying to use them up. And if all else fails, I'll go dig through my trash can and get some stuff. I don't usually throw it away until it gets pretty full. And do a little dual color here. And I know it's kind of hard to see these guys, but I have not figured out how to do the in picture yet, unless I just got another device. And I guess I could do that. I could get another device and stick it up there and record, and then have it as a jump in, like if you guys jumped in. Okay, little pink and white on my flash box. But like I said, I figured if at physical therapy, they're going to tell you to just, go and do stuff and bend and move and do all that. I'm going to do it all day, but I'm going to be productive about it and tie jigs. So what I do is I got all my tinsels or flashaboos or whatever. I'll stick them in a box, keep them things organized, at least as much as possible. Of course, you can see my stack of junk because I got and dug everything out. I was looking for some specific feathers, and guess what? Still ain't found them. I wanted to tie a bunch of black woolly boogers, so I had a black cape, a black hackle cape somewhere, and you know what? I can't find it. So there's a $60 cape running around here somewhere. Who knows? Probably just one box sitting somewhere that I have not found yet. Oh, thanks, J Dog. Thanks for sharing me out, bud. Appreciate it. You know how it goes. We don't always watch chat. Sorry, I missed that until now. I on StreamYard, for some reason, it doesn't seem like you catch all the chat up on. Whoops, drop those off. But it doesn't seem like you catch all the chat on the device that you're using to stream with, because there's a couple chats up here that are, you know, they're up there, but they ain't. I mean, they're down here, but not up there, I should say. No, this is not a 1/8 ounce. This is a 32nd, and I do have 64s. That's enough flash on there. But this is I said it earlier, this is size 4 J hook. I can't remember the style or the brand, but it's just a single shank, a single X shank, and then of course the hot pink. But it is a 32nd head. I got some 64s that I have poured in the garage. I just don't have them colored up yet, and I'll do that later today. I'm trying to get everything done that I want done as far as the jig tying, because I still have like 10 or 11 people to get to that want jigs. The biggest thing was a supply issue, but now I went and dug everything out, and I have like, I didn't realize, but hackle, I got like 30 packages of hackle. And marabou, I got all kinds of marabou. And chenille, got all kinds of chenille. So I found stuff that I forgot I had. And it's what you need to do every once in a while, I guess, go dig through stuff. But this one has got a white and with a pink tail and a pink flash. I'm gonna just throw some of that silk. Ooh, nope, never mind. I'm gonna throw some of that on there. There you go. This is called Cotton Candy, and it's got baby blue, light pink, with little pink and silver flakes. Yeah. Well, trout season, actually, we have a trout season here. I'm in South Central Kansas. So in Kansas, we have a trout season, and that trout season runs from November 1st. Used to be October 1st, then they pushed it back to October 15th, and now it's November 1st. And it's just because we keep having warmer temps. So the but during trout season, Gregory likes to use jigs. My Gregory. So if you guys don't know who my Gregory is, if you're new here, um, Gregory is my 25-year-old autistic son. He lives with us, and he's my best fishing buddy ever. He's you all you catfish guys need a Gregory. We will go and we will fish and we will catch. He'll catch us probably anywhere from 10 to 50 green perch a day because he loves fishing up around the rocks. But there's that little jig, guys. The pink is shorter than the white. The white sticks out a little further, just kind of give it an undertone. So today is just kind of a hodgepodge of jigs, just stuff I want to tie for myself and just go play around. I'm going to go it's going to be hot today here in South Central Kansas. I think we're supposed to be like 96 today. And that's, I mean, what are we, September the 16th or something like that? That's nuts. I'm so done with all this weather. But another good little tip is when you guys are tying jigs, if you can't afford a lot of different colors of threads, just go buy red. When you're tying red up around the collar and stuff, it'll just look like gills on anything that you're doing or a little bit of blood or whatever. And if you're that hinky about it and don't want to see, like some people don't like that collar on jigs. Some people do not like to see a thread collar. So the that was too pretty for the fish mouth. Yeah. But no, I forgot what I was saying. Dang it. Oh yeah, the thicker collar. Some people don't like that. So if you just be mindful and you can tuck that collar, that thread up into that chenille and stuff. So thank you, dear. Sometimes I forget all this gray hair. Just you know how it goes. Actually, let's do a little marabou. I got a little piece of marabou here that's got some jinky butts on it. So what I don't like is see how this is tall and this is short. Well, what you could do is you could just separate that out and get that taller chunk and then save those others for later. See, now you got 2 jigs worth there. And when I make my jigs, I usually go twice the length of the hook for the marabou, unless you want a short marabou. If you want a short marabou, then just stick it barely back behind. But I want these to be just a little long and fluttery. So, Naomi, can you turn that down just a little bit? Her voice is too loud. Thank you, dear. Okay, now, so this will be Sartreuse head, yellow body. And to use in shorts like this, these are like all my, from like the last 2 months worth of tying. These are like all your little bits that you get left. So what do I do? Hey, Cody, Chris, how y'all doing? So this is just a small pink chenille. It's got a little bit of flash in it. This is actually a small size. And just tie that up on there. So, and what I was saying is when you get a bag of shorts like that, it forces you to use colors sometimes that you wouldn't normally would. And this will be a little bitty dinky color. So there's that one. There you go, guys. Trying to get to look here. I know what to do. There you go. That make it focus better. Yeah, every once in a while, if you just tie jigs like this, to where you're using your ends and your cutoffs, then you come across a jig that you may really like. And when you do that, then you tie up, a dozen of them or whatever. And what I wanted to show you guys is what I do is when I go to the lake and things like that. So if everybody, we'll put this on pause for a minute here. Show you, do a little show and tell here. What I do is if I go to the lake, I have my box and I have one of my old stickers on there. And then yeah, and that's the good thing is there it is colors that you wouldn't normally see together. Where's your coffee, Scotty B? Well, I don't know, but mine's right here getting cold because I haven't been drinking it. I've been playing. Oh, hey, look at there. I got some a little piece of tinsel fell in there as I going to the trash can with my stuff. That's all right. It all comes out in the end, right? But anyways, this is what I do is I tie up all kinds of stuff. So and then I put them in bags of 3, 4, or 5, depending on what color I got. So there's some there. And when I go to the lake, if somebody sees me or says something, because on the back of my truck, it does say hand tied jigs on my bumper. So what I'll do is I'll have all of these, and here's a classic color. And that way, if people pop up and go, hey man, I see you got hand tied jigs on your truck. You tie jigs? I'll be like, hold on, wait a minute. Let me get some jigging in it. I'm gonna just do a show and tell right now. See, there you go. There's that one. Then we got some whites and pinks. We got some of the fancy wiper jigs I do. The hybrid wiper jigs. There's a video on that. Actually, that may be the bag. That is the run that was in the video because I haven't tied any more since then. So that was the run that was in the video. But this is like my 8th and bigger box. So I got that, and there's quite a few jigs in there. And then this is my smaller box. So, whoops, you may not glare off that light. Here, let's just do it this way. So here's you some pink with atomic chicken and sour truce head. And then, oh, hey, this is, these are my 3 favorite colors right here that I use when I go out to my little local lake, especially these ones right here. These are the ones I like the best. A disco gold head or a disco orange head. These are actually disco orange. A brown body with gold in it. And then the fluorescent orange for the tail. Those are my #1 jig out at my local lake because we have mosquito fish. And you put that a foot off a bank about 8 inches deep off of a bobber, or just cast it up next to the bank and pop it down the bank, and bam. Especially during the spring. But then we got these ones here I tied up and sold some to a guy that were size 1/64 and 1/32. The color wise is what I'm talking about here. Let me take these out of the bag to show you. But you want to catch rainbow stalker trout off of a jig, go with red and white or pink and white. They tear that stuff up because it looks like they're little babies. and them things will eat each other like you won't believe. That's why when they do the farm trap, they keep them separated after a certain size because they'll just the bigger ones will just eat everything. But if y'all want any of these jigs and you want to buy some of my jigs, you can hit me up on Double Hook Angling on Instagram. And if I miss you or I don't get the notice, because you know how Instagram is, if you're not friends with them, sometimes the notice stays hidden. You can just email me at doublehooKangling@gmail. And we can talk about what you want. Right now, I will have all my orders filled by the end of today. So, and if you guys just want like grab bags, see, I got some grab bags. So, yeah, and my, like I said, that's my number one go-to color is that one. But also, if for those guys that like pike and bass and stuff, I got some big jigs. Trying to get it to where you can see all that. That's like a, I can't remember, but that's like a 4 or 6 aught hook. And then I got, here's another one. My house is kind of dusty because we live next to an alley. But there's another big one. These ones are like 4 or 5 inches, some of them. And that's a half-ounce head. The other thing I like to do is take and make those and then just tie a color on it and don't no tail. And you just hook your bluegill or something, and then you have a nice pink, run on the head. You'll have a nice pink collar on there, and then just take and put your bait on the back, your live bluegill, crappie, whatever, chub, creek chub, small goldfish. Bounce that jig head off the bottom with them. But let's see what else we want to tie. Let's tie an itty bitty one. Here be you get. I was going to tie that one, and let's tie something small. Now I'm done show and telling my box. I tell you what, though, my neck. I don't mean to complain, guys, but man, like trying to hold your shoulders up when you're hurt right here in your back, it just like you can't. I can't get my hands up. My neck's so sore. Danny Stone. Good morning, bud. How you doing, brother? Yeah, and I'm getting close to that 500, guys. If I can get that to that 500 here in the next little bit, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to give away a T-shirt. I got to figure out how to do the whole spinny thing to where it gets fair for everybody. I'm going to do that on a live chat maybe or something.
Blue shirt, old shirt, lures.
Yeah, and I think what I'll do is I'll do a shirt giveaway. I'll do and then I'll do a jig giveaway. I'll give away like a dozen or two, like 20 jigs or something, double pack. Because of inflation, even though some people say it ain't there and they're full of it, but because of inflation, I have had to up my price $2 for a dozen, but now my dozen's 10. So I upped it $2 and then I dropped it to, I hate doing that, guys, but material and stuff, it's everything's going up. But I still see people selling jigs for 25% more than what I sell mine. So, maybe they're better, but jigs are jigs and fish are stupid. Sometimes you're smart, but most of the time, if you make the jig small enough, it don't matter what color it is because they don't see that many different colors. I mean, that's just, what I've heard. I ain't went and read no scientific, study or nothing like that, but I know I'm close to 500. I don't know exactly what the number is. It was like 471 or something like that earlier, 470 something. But anyways, I'm gonna take this piece of marabou and I'm only gonna use that much of that marabou, and I'm barely gonna stick it out behind that tail. Fine, I just ripped you off. Heck with you. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna call this. This video was called "Coffee" or whatever, and trying to tie jigs. Well, now we can just call it Dave's therapy for his neck. Uh, okay. Then we're going to take some of that little black with red and blue again. I'm put that on there. And also be mindful when you get down to the end of your little pieces that sometimes just by pulling on your fingers, you see how that's separating. It just wants to pull that colored and stuff. When it gets like that, I just throw them away. But yeah, this is just kind of a see how Dave feels morning, see how everybody was doing morning, see what you guys are up to, what's everybody doing this week, you know. And just to tie some stuff for me. I haven't tied nothing for me for a minute, but there's you a little bluegill getter, or I should say a big bluegill getter or a little crappie getter. I get next time I go live, I think I just tie up a bunch of 64s. But I think I need to see about trying to set up my another device like my laptop or something to where it's zoomed in on the jig and we can do side by side where like if you invite a guest or whatever. So I'm at 478. That means I got 22 left. Hey, I can do math still. Amazing, ain't it? Yeah, right, Chris. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's take a side step. Let's go from a jig. Nah, I'll save that one for next time too. Let's just do. Here, I want to show you guys something else I do sometimes. Let's do a purplish head. Yeah, if I get my fat fingers in there, I just poked myself. Well, see, look, I already put some blood sin on that one. That cost extra. Oh, they're for me. I got to charge myself extra. Okay, on this jig, you're gonna start this. I want to show you a little trick that I used to do back when I was a kid. It wastes quite a bit of feather, and I mean, it's kind of wonky, but it ensures that if you want a lot of tail and you want it all to be the same length, this is kind of a little trick you can do. Get a color I want here. Let's just go ahead and do another black one. All right. strip your feather and get you that piece of feather and tie that thing on. Good. Flip your little tag piece here. Then you're going to take this and just spin it around. Oh, don't break it off. Here, I got to start over now. Okay, don't break it off like I did, but spin that thing around just like this. All right. Once again, guys, my fingers are not working properly. I think it's that whole pinched nerve in my back thing. So where's my little grabber? Oh, there it is. Okay, I got to cheat, guys. Put my little grabber on there. My fingers just, something's wrong with my nerves. What's funny is, watch this. See how this hand, like, and this one don't straighten up? It's something in my spine, my neck. Okay, then you're going to go like that, and then you're going to lock this one down. I usually go twice on these. Then you're going to go like this and comb all that back. And then you're going to just lock down right there where it's at. Okay. And then I'm just going to, since this is red, I'm going to have purple head, red back. Just a minute, and I'll show you guys. See, that's a really simple one. It gives you that nice flared tail. And if you want it to lay down more, you just make the body a little bit longer. See the body there? Make the body a little longer and those will lay down more. But I like it sticking up like that because now what you can do, put you a little piece of gulp on the back of there. Cheat and use gulp. Scotty B. I tie up musky jigs 1 to 5 ounce. They're 3 to 10 inches long rubber. Small jigs are harder to tie with big hands. I know. I wear a size 12 wedding band, and of course I don't wear a wedding band because I just about ripped my finger off a few times. And I love my wife, but I'd rather have my finger than wear a wedding band to show somebody else I love my wife. She's the only one that needs to know. Don R, I see you in here now. How you doing? Just tying some jigs, wasting the morning. We're calling this today. I'm calling it Dave's physical therapy. It's kind of mental therapy too, because I get to chat with everybody today. Yeah. Now this one's got a silver head, and this one's a size 10. So what time is it? It's 9 o'clock. I'm gonna go for like another 5 or 10 minutes, guys. Just like I said, this was just to get on, see how everybody was doing, say hi, see if I can multitask today and tie jigs and visit with y'all. So I guess my kids are. Gregory went to the thrift store and I think he's back. Gregory back there?
No, that's Mikey.
Oh, Mikey's still out there. My buddy Mikey's still around with us today, guys. He's been staying here helping me get that dog fence and stuff going, but between both of us, I mean he right now he's between So he's been helping me out lately and vice versa. So we're going to do some more fishing here real quick too. Okay, this is just going to be a simple little Flashaboo tail in a pink, and then I'm going to use that some purple here if I can find what I want. Robin C, do I ever need feathers? Well, as of lately, not really, but everybody always needs feathers because they're all, even if you go buy pink, you can go buy 15 packages of the same pink, and every one of those packages are going to be different color. I mean, it may be slight, but here's the thing is, when you take these three colors per se, white, orange, yellow, pink, you take those three colors and you give a fish an eye test, they're going to see it as almost the exact same color. To tell you the truth, most of these jigs are for human beings' eyes. They want something moving. They don't care what color it is. They don't care what it looks like. Most fish, are stupid. Some people say, oh, they can tell, they can tell, they can tell. Yeah. The only time I ever have a real problem with color is during the winter. So, during the winter, color does make a little bit of a difference. But the trick I found is bright during the summer, bright colors, they don't matter, bright colors. Purples, grays work really well during the summer too, but purples and grays work really well during the fall. Purples and grays work really well during the winter. But in the winter, I use dark, black. That's why I'm tying up all these purples, blacks, and stuff. But every once in a while, you got to throw a little pink in there, a little yellow in there. And like I said, I'm forced with this little sandwich bag full of scraps. It forces you to try and tie different things. Downtown Ernie Brown. I think they say deer only. During the winter, that would be actually deer hair jigs work really well. But during the winter, I think what Ernie's talking about is hunting. I haven't hunted in 8 years, 9 years, guys, since this wheelchair. I have hunting land, but trying to get out to it and all that and be quiet and I hunted with a bow. I did hunt with a rifle a couple times just to fill a tag, so it wasn't and we needed the meat. But I I'm a big bow hunter, and now that I'm in the wheelchair, I'm not going to use a crossbow neither. You guys can use what you want, but I think using a rifle and a crossbow and stuff, it's kind of cheating. I'd rather just I can see my wife saying cheating too. I'd rather just say, Timmy, that's my youngest son, go get me a deer. I still have probably 8 pounds of deer hamburger left in the freezer. So, and the good thing about sending my son to hunt the deer is I loved hunting, but I hate butchering and processing the deer. I mean, it only takes an hour and it is what it is, but it takes probably an hour and a half after grinding it and stuff. But because most of the time I just cut the deer into steaks, you know, we'd take all what was left after cutting in the steaks and grind it. And with the meat grinder I got, it would literally take 15 minutes to grind 15 pounds of meat. So 12 people in here. They're grateful that y'all are here. Yeah, I usually get about 2 deer a year from my son. So, we have meat. Um, we do eat a lot of beef too, just because it's readily available. But yeah, I'd love to go hunting again, but I'm gonna. I'll I don't know. I can't fathom going. I mean, if I had like a hay bale blind or something like that where I could go out there and set in there, that'd be fine. But who wants to spend a couple grand on a hay bale blind? I mean, I love deer hunting and all that, but it's just not worth it to me anymore. For another thing is I get really cold now that I'm in a wheelchair. For some reason, I just get extremely cold now. So
Getting over.
getting older, getting fatter, not that much blood circulation in the legs anymore. You guys, everybody pretty much understands what I'm getting at, I'm sure. Now my AC kicked on. It's gonna blow all my feathers around. I about dropped all of that. Boy, that's long. That's longer than I thought it would be. I'm gonna leave it too. It'll be some. We're gonna make a green leech, I guess. That was longer than I intended it because it had that wind, the way the wind was blowing it, the way I had to held it. Might as well. Might as well. Just a jig, right, guys? Just a jig. Yeah, my meat grinder, Ernie. I think my meat grinder does. I think it's a like 6 pound a minute or something like that grinder. I mean, this thing will. I got it from Gander Mountain way back in the day, and it was a few $100s, and it was on clearance, and it was a few $100s. But it was the here's in Kansas, it cost you 75 to 90 bucks to process a deer. So I figured after 6 deer, no matter what grinder I would buy, after the 6 deer is going to get paid for. Well, we did that year. We did 5 deer that year, so it paid for itself. Chuck. Yeah, jigs usually. I tie jigs for people's eyes because that's what I mean. The fish aren't the one buying it; people are. And even though that tail's kind of long and ugly, I guarantee you that jig will still catch some fish. So, but hey, guys, like I said, we just hanging out, trying to do some therapy, and this is about like I just show you. That's about as high as I get my arms up. So I don't think pulling or trying to reel in fish. I was trying to pull like this, and that even hurt. So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it, but I'm gonna try to go fishing. It's gonna be really nice. I think Monday or Tuesday after this rain we've had. So yeah, sometimes them big bass come in. But here's my philosophy on ugly jigs. This is what makes sense to me is fish in the wild do not eat the prettiest minnow. Fish in the wild eat the slow, the sick, the one that's flopping sideways, the one that's doing just kind of so when you got a jig, and if you do it, you're jerking that jig, it's kind of the same concept. So, but if the jig is ugly and deformed, that fish gonna be like, this is easy to get. I'm gonna get this thing. I'm gonna eat this thing. So, there you go. But and I'm ugly enough so that when I show up, the fish just attracted to me anyway. Oh, that hurts.
They like Gregory.
Yeah, the fish all come for Gregory anyways, guys. But hey, I'm gonna get out of here, go sit with my wife. The kids are home from the thrift store, so I'm going to try to make this an every Friday morning thing. So if you guys just like coming and hanging out and talking about fishing, while we were sitting here, we tied all these jigs. So we got 3, 5. We tied 8 jigs while we was talking this morning. So what else was I going to do? Sit there and drink coffee?
No.
But anyways, guys, remember, go tie something. I'm going to go tend to the dog and spend some time with my wife. Love all of y'all.
No.
Appreciate you. You guys have a great day. Remember, like, subscribe. I'm almost to that 500, guys. And then I can get my community tab. So appreciate you. Take care.